Greetings, our dear viewer, and thank you so much for keeping it to Church of Uganda Family TV. This is Church of Uganda Exclusive, and here today I'm centered at All Saints New Cathedral, which will be officially opened or officially consecrated on the 1st of November. That day is going to be very, very busy, by the way, because there are a number of events. But well, to discuss with me all issues about the new cathedral building is the communications director for Kampala Diocese, who is Mr. Ivan, and is going to be taking us through all what it took. So it has taken quite a time to have this cathedral look like the way it is looking right now, and that is where we are going to start from. So Mr. Ivan, can you please first greet our viewer out there?
Thank you so much, and I greet you all in the name of Jesus Christ. As he has mentioned, my name is Ivan Naijuka, the communications officer for the Diocese of Kampala and All Saints Cathedral Kampala. Thank you so much.
All right, so we understand All Saints Cathedral, new building. It has taken quite a time. When was this? When was the idea realized? And what was the purpose? Why have a new cathedral?
Yes, All Saints Cathedral is one of the 39 cathedrals we have in this country or in the province of Church of Uganda, because each diocese has one cathedral. So as the Diocese of Kampala, All Saints is our cathedral. And in the Diocese of Kampala, we have other 20 parishes. So All Saints also as a parish is one of them. And being a cathedral, you may know that it will be having many people who come in, who go out. And being a church in the city, it becomes a cosmopolitan in nature, that it receives many people who come in the city. Those from Arua, those from Bushenyi, those from Masindi, those from Mbare, all of them are in the city. So when they look for a place of worship, most especially they look for the one that is near where they are. And All Saints is that church that is near everyone, and being in the middle of the city, it has attracted many people. So with time, it has started becoming smaller, our old church. It was built in 1912. I don't think there is any Ugandan who is living who saw its building. But it was built in 1912, and through the years it started becoming small. And they have expanded that church thrice as I speak. So in the last expansion was in 1987. Most of the people who are watching probably also they were not yet born. So in 1987, that was the last expansion they did, and they saw there was no space either way to expand it. So the idea started coming, what should we do if in case we increase in the numbers? And when the numbers increased, the only thing they would do is to put tents. Currently, we have 3 mega tents outside the cathedral, surrounding the cathedral. No wonder when people come, they say, where is the building? They only see tents, because the building is harbored inside the tents. So the 3 tents accommodate more people than those who sit in the sanctuary. So the ideas came in, they started doing a needs assessment, see what do we need as the church. So they found out that the number one need was space for expansion. So during the reign of the late Archbishop Mpara Nyinkoyoyo, the idea for buying land came. Number one, we didn't have enough land. Here on Lugadi Road, Prot 1 and 3 is where the old cathedral is seated, Nakasero. So there was no land for expansion. Behind is State House. Up is another people's property, what now used to be UBC land. But now it was government land. So we didn't have land for expansion. The only way is to buy land. Luckily enough, people who were opposite us, Urgadi Road, Prot 2 and 4, were willing to sell the land. And the people then bought the land, Prot 2 and Prot 4, in 1999 to 2002. But now the financing of a new cathedral couldn't take effect, because the money, by then I think people were not yet as rich as now. So people started soliciting money slowly to see how they build. As God would be on our side, Prot 6, here where we are seated still on Lugadi Road, the owners were willing to sell the land. Okay. And they sold the land to us in 2004, and now the process of building the new cathedral started. Number one was to put a committee, spearhead the construction, spearhead the building, spearhead what kind of design of the cathedral would need, what would it accommodate, what should it have. And that committee was called Archbishop's Building Committee, which people used to call ABC. The first one was headed by the Emeritus Justice Ogora as the first chairperson. And he spearheaded many things during that time. Many things happened during his time. Fundraisings happened. And now they started the construction of the cathedral in 2010. In 2010. Now during another reign of another archbishop, who is our bishop. Now during the reign of Bishop Orombi. That's when the construction of the cathedral started. In December 2010, They gathered people, they gathered the resources, put everything down here where we are seated, saying now we must start. And in February 2011, Bishop Orombi did the groundbreaking with a mega thanksgiving. With tents here, people were excited, seeing that we are going to construct a church where all of us were going to be seated. Now you can count the years from 2011 when we did the groundbreaking up to 2024 when we are entering this cathedral. It has taken a while, but on the other hand, it's still within the time because it's a mega building. It's an iconic cathedral that does not have pillars inside, that is built with concrete and steel only, no bricks inside. So it's not something they would rush to do. So they did the foundation, and which is also unique. These are two basements. It's another church altogether somewhere else. It's another cathedral somewhere else in another diocese, I can imagine. Because the basement is also concrete and steel only. Basement that takes 150 cars if you park anyhow. But if you really fidget and you park well, even 200 cars can go there in the basement. So from 2011 February, we did build the foundation, which is the basement, which takes the 200 cars. And we did it along the way. The finances couldn't allow to continue the construction. Because along that, there are other things the ministry has to continue. Preaching of the gospel has to continue. Compassion ministry has to continue. Discipleship has to continue. So there are other things that are going on. So we couldn't all put our eggs in one basket of construction, and we limited the other ministries. So alongside construction, also other ministries continued, like as I've mentioned. So in 2000, after putting the base of the foundation up to the shrub where people see now, where we sit,
Yes.
they stopped until 2018. Now from 2018, they had collected enough resources to start the walls that are holding up the structure.
That is during whose reign?
Now this is now during the reign of Bishop Tagari as our bishop. Yeah, during the time when Canon Mkwana was the provost of All Saints. Now they started the walls, bringing up the walls of the cathedral. And now the contractors then did it very well and at a high speed. They constructed up to the roofing, they roofed the building up 2020, up 2021. The building was done during COVID and everything was done. But now COVID alone affected us. As you know, the biggest funder of the church are you, the people. So the tithes were not coming in, the offertory, the thanksgiving. So somehow we crippled in our cash flow. So the construction couldn't go on. We halted in, but we didn't stop completely. There are other things that were being done. For example, the paving of the parking. We said instead of sitting down and we don't do anything, we can pave the compound. The compound was paved during that time of COVID. The gate to the new cathedral was constructed that, and demarcating the whole land all through the whole where the church was done during COVID. So immediately the COVID was lifted in 2022. We started the finishes as phase number 3 now. In that way, the finishes have entailed a lot of things. There is the acoustic ceiling. One unique thing about this church is that it has acoustic ceiling where we don't have vibration and echoes of sound in church. There are some churches you go in and the moment you're talking, the echo is too much. But now in this church, we made sure that we put acoustic in the ceiling, that even if people shouting, you keep hearing the good sound, there is no echoes all through. But also to limit how much noise go out. Because another person who is not church, for them they receive it as noise. How much for us we are in praise and worship. They say, that church is making a lot of noise. So we were trying to limit how much noise can move outside. So all that was embedded into the finishes. And also putting the terrazzo down, finishing the 2 galleries as for the viewers to know that the new cathedral we are putting up, that is up here, is a 5,000 cathedral in one sitting. So if there is any mega function within the church, it can accommodate all the 5,000 people in one sitting. It has 2 galleries that after the main auditorium where people sit, up there are 2 galleries. And all those galleries have had to be finished so that we finish the down part. So now it is fully finished inside. Inside it is fully finished. How much people would look outside, they look at it as a great building outside, but inside it is fantastic. It is iconic. It is wonderfully made. So that's the cathedral we are talking about that we are going to consecrate on 1st of November.